Ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, I'm Joe. Little get to know you here in the opening round scheduled for 10. George Foreman's power is dynamic, truly dynamic. The kind of stuff that could end this fight early on.
Yeah, it is, but there's a danger to that too. If he doesn't land early on, if he doesn't have his way early on, maybe he gets discouraged.
Solid left hand to the head. Incredible jab by George Foreman. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Johnson's combination punching working out well there. He landed 3 solid shots. Good flush shot by Johnson. Able to dismiss that body shot. Big George Foreman unloads a left hand. Johnson's doing well here with that 2-punch combination. A good block. And oh, what a good strong uppercut by Meldrick Johnson. Able to lock in that target and bring it home well.
1 or 2 more of those, it'll be the end of the night.
Foreman's good, clean, and effective punching damaged his opponent in that last round. Well-placed jab by George Foreman. That's a forceful 2-punch combo by Johnson. Blocks that punch. Teddy, among the things that we're going to key in on here early on in this fight is the ability to go to the body.
Very important, because what it does is stops the ability of your opponent to defend the headshots. Takes away some of that head movement.
Solid right hand lands from Meldrick Johnson.
Do it!
90 seconds to go here in this round. Parries that punch intended for the head. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Johnson's 3-punch combination there is going to impress the judges. Huge right hand from George Foreman. And right from the start, he's throwing the power punches and landing them.
I think he has a date and he wants to get to it.
What a big shot from George Foreman. And we come to the end of round number 2.
We got it.
And round number 3 is underway. Well-timed counter shot, the overhand right after the block punch. That was nice. He just drew the punch from his opponent, and then a good counter by Johnson.
Yeah, like running through the rain without getting wet. Beautiful.
Southpaw right jab, then the left hand. George Foreman's punch is far off the target. Right to the head with that right. Oh, a nice two-punch combo by Johnson. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by George Foreman. And now he's targeting upstairs. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Well-targeted right hand by George Foreman. Foreman's got it down pat. Straight is great. Straight punch wins.
Yeah, especially when your opponent is standing straight in front of you.
Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. And this round comes to an end. Round number 4 underway, a chance to look at Teddy's scorecard. George Foreman's up 2-1. Teddy hasn't necessarily distinguished. Hard charging with that right hand. Oh, what a hook upstairs. Big shot he just scored with. Oh, he doesn't look good. He just went down, and not the way he wanted it to go.
No, he's standing on the outside, Joe. He shouldn't be standing there. The old timers would say, take a walk around the block.
A crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by Johnson. Foreman's movement's really helping him out, avoiding that punch. Nice strike after catching one by Meldrick Johnson. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here tonight?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go. Oh, no, actually, I would say a little counterpunching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him. Comes with the straight right hand. Foreman's cheek is cut. You can see it's opening up now. Boy, that could be a factor later on. A solid, true uppercut by Meldrick Johnson. A thundering right hand from George Foreman. And round 4 comes to an end. Johnson's corner has to keep him calm. That's the kind of cut that can send a fighter into fits.
Yeah, and a corner man into using crazy glue instead of adrenaline. I mean, that is a scary cut, as you just said.
Good combination to the body. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by George Foreman. Johnson's trying to get back to where he was here in this round. He was knocked down in the last round. Now, Teddy, when you're the opponent and you knock the guy down, those opening few moments of the next round, do you try to size up and kind of take into account where your opponent is? Do you look into his eyes and assess the situation?
Well, I don't know if you get close enough to look right into his eyes as the opponent, but first of all, in the corner, you better not send your fighter out if his eyes don't look clear. That's your responsibility, looking out for the fighter. But as the opponent out there, you look at his legs. If his legs look a little wobbly, you get right on him.
Good shot to the head with that right hand. the work downstairs with the left. Comes across with a hook up top. Seconds remaining in this round. Johnson's right in this fight. Now he's trailing on the cards, at least in our opinion, but it's there for the taking. Good body shot. The right hand came home. You see how he created that offense right there? Jab, hooks to the body. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Meldrick Johnson. George Foreman's punch didn't come close. Zoning in on that gut combination punch downstairs. Turns over that hook and he does damage upstairs. Takes one but gives one. Good work by George Foreman. It is unbelievable to sit back and just watch what these guys are willing to give and to take. Wow, what a fight so far.
Well, give and take, that's the key word. Sometimes you're forced to become great. And right now, each one of them are forcing the other to go to great places.
Scores well to the head with the right hand. Final minute of a round that'll go down in the history books. Good, clean shot, returning fire. Well done by George Foreman. Nice solid left hand scored by George Foreman. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by George Foreman. Foreman's in a tough spot right here. He's gonna be swallowing blood. You can see blood coming from his mouth, and that can really cut his win. And that's the end of round 6. Pure savagery in there right now. Just a brutal display with both men showing it all over their face. Good right hand. Well placed, well timed combo up top. Accurate uppercut after taking a shot of his own. Two snapping jabs by George Foreman. Nice block. Johnson's right hand scores well that time. Scores up top with a left. Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Solid right by George Foreman. Foreman's opponent is saying to himself, I can't believe this. Every time this guy throws, it seems like he lands. He's very judicious with his work.
Yeah, and that's not by accident. You know, that's his temperament. He has that kind of temperament. If you went out with the guy, you talk to the guy, you know, he thinks before he says things. He doesn't just, you know, let his mouth go. He doesn't just let his hands go. He lets them go when he thinks he should.
Big George Foreman with a big right hand. Little head hunting never hurt. Does it with the hook. And that's the end of round 7. George Foreman's in position to grab himself a win here, Teddy. As we look at your scorecard here at the start of round number 8, he's up. He's been doing it just by applying himself.
Yeah, by walking forward, but walking forward in a smart manner where he's effective.
Little head knocking with that right hand. That is boxing 101. A nice, crisp combination by Johnson. Able to block and counter back. A well-placed left hand up top. This is what they worked on in training camp. Another good combo by Johnson. Blocking that punch. Very good defense by George Foreman. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is with the counterpunching.
Well, the old timers used to say when you're calm in there, when you're in control in there, you can make him do what you want. He made him tie his shoelaces right there.
A good two-punch combo by Johnson. Defense just covering up down low. And the round comes to an end. Now that he's back in the corner, we get a close-up look. George Foreman's cut even looks worse.
And it's up to the fighter now, Joe, for his attitude not to change. You know, we can look at it and we can say, wow, that cut looks worse. The fans can look at it and say that. But the fighter must be steady, the same attitude, as though he doesn't have a cut. Otherwise, he has no chance of winning this fight.
See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. A little head hunting with the right. Foreman lands a formidable left. There's a straight right hand. Solid. That's a great effort against Foreman right there. I mean, to take down Big George like that, that is something.
One, two, three.
George Foreman wants to fight on, and here he comes. Johnson's defense is paying off now. Foreman's once again the target of a hook. Back to basics here, as you can see the jab becoming a key instrument for him.
Boxing 101. You have an opponent walking in. You want to stay on the outside? Use that.
He is damaged badly there. He may hit the... Did you see that? This is going to take some guts to get up from this. Once again, he goes down. George Foreman's back up on his feet. Let's see what he has now. Big block by Big George. They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Johnson's lack of defense right now is showing up. His opponent's scoring with the right hand consistently.
Yes, he's found the target for that early on, and he's just staying with it. Nothing fancy.
Johnson's in control of this fight, scoring the knockdown in that last round, now trying to carry some of that momentum through.
Well, right now, we're going to find out if he's a finisher. And promoters, fans, they love finishes. Networks, they love finishes. Right now, he has a chance to show that's what he is.
Body shot, the left hand. Right to the belt line. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Oh, that's good stuff. Fire it right back with one of his own. Good word by Meldrick Johnson. Back and forth exchange. Nice strike after catching one by Meldrick Johnson. Big shot. How is he going to survive this? Once again, he hits the deck.
He's going to have to find a way.
Down he goes, now up he gets.
And if he wants to stay up, he's going to have to grab on, kill a little time.
And yet another big shot comes in. That was a big shot at Florida, and it's a big shot that may end him right here.
That looked like the great pitcher, Great Maddox, the sinker ball. Boy, it went down quick.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So Big George with a big problem. He gets up from that knockdown, but he's visibly hurt.
And you know, a knockdown for a fighter, you know what it's like? It's like taking an x-ray, going into an x-ray machine. Now you get to see inside the guy, what he's made of, how he's going to behave.